The Seattle Seahawks have had a very productive offseason, and they're coming off a great season in which they surprised many people who did not think that this team would be as good as they were after trading away Russell Wilson last year. Racking up a total of 9 wins and securing a playoff berth, this is pretty successful for a so-called rebuild year. Now it all starts in free agency, where the Seattle Seahawks made moves on both sides of the ball. Defensive line was a big issue last year, and that's where they quickly got to work, picking up Jarran Reed from the Packers, who has big size and can be aggressive up the middle and will be a big impact player on that defensive line next year. And then they signed Devin Bush, a linebacker from the Pittsburgh Steelers, who has not made a big impact in his NFL career so far, and some could call it disappointing. But he's still young, he's got a lot of potential, so this is a good sign for the Seattle Seahawks. And then with the addition of Draymond Jones, that was a big splash in free agency for the Seahawks, as this was a big fish. A lot of teams wanted him, and he's a great player, and it's going to be a good addition to the Seahawks defense. And then they get back Bobby Wagner from the Rams, who Bobby Wagner in the past has been a key player on that Seahawks defense. He's had a big impact, and he's a Hall of Famer. So to get him back is a good pickup for the Seahawks, and to pair him up with Jordan Brooks, who is still young in his career. The two of them are going to be an elite linebacker duo for the Seahawks. And next, they add safety Julian Love from the New York Giants. This is a big addition to that Seahawks secondary, who is starting to look dangerous as they're young. They've got a lot of talent, and this secondary is looking very good. Offensively, the quarterback and center spots were key needs for the Seahawks, and they addressed both of those in free agency as well. Re-signing Geno Smith at quarterback, who had a great season last year on a very team-friendly deal, was a good move for the Seahawks. They even scored an upgrade at center in Evan Brown from the Detroit Lions, who should be a big upgrade from what they've had in the past at the center position. And then the NFL draft. This is the second year in a row where the Seahawks have had a great draft class, and I would say this draft was very successful for the Seahawks. In the first round, they grabbed Devin Witherspoon at number 5, arguably one of the best corners in the draft this year, adding some quality depth to a secondary that's going to be elite for the upcoming years. Tariq Woolen, Quandre Diggs, Julian Love, Jamal Adams, Kobe Bryant, and now Devin Witherspoon. This secondary is going to be good. And picking up arguably the best receiver on the board in Jackson Smith-Njigba from Ohio State, to pair him up with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, who are both still in their prime, is going to create a dangerous wide receiver core for the Seahawks. And Geno Smith has got himself some weapons. And adding some young talent to the defensive line in Derek Hall and Mike Morris on the edge. Uchenna Nwosu, Darrell Taylor, and Boye Mafe had good seasons for the Seahawks last year. So the addition of these two is going to make that defensive line on the edge stronger. Even Cameron Young on the inside will fit well with Brian Monet and Draymond Jones. These are all good pickups in an effort to add pressure on the quarterback for the Seahawks on defense. And offensive line was a big problem for the Seahawks heading into the offseason, so they draft Oluwatimi from Michigan, who may become a starter. And then even Anthony Bradford from LSU, who is a beast at guard. And the cherry on top, which might be my favorite pick in this draft from the Seahawks, they draft Zach Charbonnet, running back from UCLA, good power back. Pair him with Kenneth Walker, who had a great rookie campaign. The Seahawks now have 2 young backs in the backfield. Now, in an NFC conference that is weakening and an NFC West division that has 2 teams that are struggling right now in the Rams and Cardinals, I think the Seahawks have an opportunity here to give the 49ers a run for their money. This was a team that many people thought were in a bad place just a year ago. They've quickly turned things around. They got good quality starters, good depth, and this is a young team that will stick around for a while. So I think that the Seattle Seahawks have an opportunity here to surprise a lot of people in the upcoming years. And that's my 2022 Seattle Seahawks offseason recap. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Seahawks down below. And as always, go Hawks.